Today we are going to be exploring exponential functions. An exponential function is a function with the general form of y equals ab to the x power, where x is a real number, a does not equal 0, b is greater than 0, and b does not equal 1. So a growth factor is when the value of b is greater than 1, and a decay factor is when the value of b is bigger than 0 but less than 1. And an asymptote is a line that a graph approaches as x or y increases. Let's take a look at some examples to determine if it's a growth or a decay. So if we look at this example, y equals 5 to the x power, since b, which is right underneath our exponent, is 5 and it's greater than 1, this is going to be a growth factor. Here we have y equals 0.5 times 3 to the x power. So we're looking at the number below our exponent, which is 3, and that's bigger than 1. So this is a growth. And our last example, 4 times a half to the x power. So we're looking at the number below our exponent, and it's less than 1. So this is going to be our decay. Alright, let's take a look at how we can graph. Let's first determine whether we are working with a growth or a decay. So if we're looking at this factor, it's a 2, so we're going to have a growth. So if we set up a table, start with -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So if we plug in -2 for x, 2 to the -2 power is 0.25. 2 to the -1st power is a half. 2 to the 0 is 1. 2 to the 1st power is 2. 2 to the 2nd, 4. 2 to the 3rd, 8. So let's graph this. We have -2.25, -1 and a half, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, and 3, 8. So we can see that it is a growth factor because it's increasing, but it will never cross y equals 0. Alright, so let's take a look at our next example. Based on b, it's a half, and that's less than 1, so this is going to be a decay graph. So let's look at x and y. So let's say we start at -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So if we plug in a -1, 1/2 to the -1 power times by 4 is 8. 1/2 to the 0 power times 4 is 4. 1/2 to the 1st power times 4 is 2. 1/2 to the 2nd power times by 4, or sorry, 1/2, yeah, to the 2nd power times 4 is 1. 1/2 to the 3rd power times by 4 is 0.5. So let's graph this and make sure it's going to be a decay. So we have -1, 8, 0, 4, 1, 2, 2, 1, and 3.5. So if we take a look, this is our decay.